Hello, I am Lyle. I'm part of the family here at DigiProCRM. Today we're going to do a quick walkthrough. I want to make sure you understand what all you have in your pocket. When you get part of DigiPro, when you become part of our family, you get access to so many tools. It can be overwhelming. So I want to take a quick tour through the entire process. Then we'll have additional little videos that you can look at later that will help you go through the other sections. So you might run in when you first get started, you might have to come to the Launchpad. As a matter of fact, when you log in, you'll go to app.digiprocrm.com. And if you don't have your login, you can always reset your password using the email that you signed up with us. All right, you should see your account here. You might see some additional things because I'm on an admin account. But on the Launchpad, if you click on the Launchpad, this will help you connect specific things to your website. So for instance, if you want to have the link so you can put the app on your phone, click here and it'll send the link. You click on this button, it'll connect your Google My Business. You can connect with Facebook, so you start using that to connect with your leads. You can connect a widget to put on your website to start collecting leads. Stripe is a payment processor. You can connect that so you can accept payments on your website. We don't use the X, but it is available if you want it. And WordPress, you can, if you don't have hosting for that and you'd like to use WordPress instead of the internal builder, you can do that as well. And then down here at the bottom, click here to add one or more team members. Keep in mind, if you have multiple businesses on DigiPro, you will need to have your team members have different emails, or you'd have to assign them to your different businesses. You might have to talk to an admin to do that. When you first log in, after you've got that taken care of, we're going to X out these things. You'll come to your dashboard. Now, if you've set up your drive or anything, your pipeline and all that stuff, this is where you'll see that information. Any income that's coming will be shown through here. Your customer acquisition, whatever you put in here is what you're going to see on this section. You can specify this once you get those things set up. So right now, this is a base account that I use just to show what's going on. So we're going to walk straight down this side over here, and then we'll come back to some more trainings later on. That's your dashboard. Then conversations. These are what is happening. Anybody who's messaged you, anybody who's used a chat widget on your website or messaged you through your Facebook, if you have that connected in here, all of your conversations will end up right here, so you can see all of your conversations in one location. You can also go to your contacts, click on a contact directly, and you'll see their conversation. As you see, there's no records on this. This is a just set up account. But let's keep going down this section. I don't want to skip over calendars. So here's your calendar. You can set up your calendars. You have your calendar settings up here. Any appointments that you have comes here. And your calendar settings, you're going to want to do your integration. We'll talk about that later with your Google Calendar, your Outlook calendar, whatever calendar you want to do. You want to set that up first, your connection, so it'll come to your phone before you connect it up here. That's my suggestion. That's the easiest way to do that. We just showed you quickly the contacts. This is where you can add your contacts. This is where you can change where they're at in the pipeline. You can add them to a campaign or workflow. You can send an SMS or an email message. You can add or remove tags from them. You can delete the account. You can ask for a review request. Did you know you can do that automatically in here? You can export your contacts if you need to put them in another documentation, or you can import them if you want to import them in here directly. And then you can merge up to 10 contacts when you get to that point if you need that. And then here's some filters and some quick search. Again, we don't have anyone put in the system, so you don't have to worry about that. We want to protect people's privacy. That's why we're doing that. Opportunities, this is your pipeline. Okay, so what we want to do here is we want to add an opportunity. We want to add a person to our opportunities, and we want to create this pipeline. So I click over here to pipelines. We can create new pipelines, and inside that pipeline, we can set multiple stages. So for instance, on this stage, we may want to put introduction, or let's put this as a lead. This is the lead stage, right? And then the second stage may be a customer. And then your third stage may be follow-up. That's a pipeline. So the pipeline shows you how you take your customer through your process. So you can do this as an opportunity. Then you have them as a lead. Then you have them as a customer. So it just depends on how you set up your pipeline. What is the process your customer goes through? This will help you keep track of it. And the benefit of this is when you come to your opportunities, again, there's nobody in the system, it will let you see how many people are in which process. So what happens if you have a whole bunch of people in the opportunity stage, but not a lot of people in the lead stage, that means you have a bottleneck in that opportunity stage. You need to do something to get them to your next stage. And so this helps you understand how they go through the process. And all you would do is take your person, you add the contact, they end up here, and then you move that contact from each stage based on where they are. And you can automate some of this too. We'll get into that later. Payments are any payments that you've integrated into the DigiPro system. So if you've connected your Stripe, this is where your payments will go. You've got to integrate that gateway, and you'll set these up, and it'll talk you through specific. You have your subscriptions. You can create payment links in here. You can add your products, coupons, all that stuff along the top of the page here. Now this gets very technical. We're not going to go through in this video. I just want you to understand how it works. By the way, before I forget, down here you see this little green corner. This is your help page, and see it says let's start a quick tour. You can click get started, and it'll take you through an entire tour of this entire section. So that might help you when you come to these pages and you have any questions. All right, so let's jump down to marketing. You have a social planner. You can connect your Facebook, your Instagram, Google My Business, LinkedIn, TikTok, and X, which is also known as Twitter. This is where you connect those, and you can actually manage your social media in here. There is some AI in our system. You get so many AI credits per month. Additional credits are not too expensive, but we'll talk more about that on another video. These are your email campaigns. So you have campaigns. If you want to create a new campaign, you want to send a new email, you can do that here. In your templates, you can add templates. So these templates are set up specific. Looks like we've loaded some from another account here. But these are templates that you can use to send out and track. They can be email templates, or they can be text or SMS templates. We have trigger links. So when you click these links here, when you add the links here and they're added into your automations, it will track that link to show how many people clicked on it. If you want to track those specific links, this is where you can put them in, and this is where you can analyze them. And then if you have our larger packages, you might have the affiliate manager. That's a whole nother process that we're not going to cover in this training. Let's go to automation. Lots of people want to know about automation. How does it work? What do you do? Let's keep it really simple here, okay? You do have an AI session, you do have campaigns, and you do have triggers. All of these can make things happen, okay? But we're going to focus here on this workflow. And so you're going to create a workflow. These workflows are fairly complicated, but it's really not complicated. Let me just show you what happens. So on one of my sequences, when they fill out a specific form on the website, it will take them into a sequence. This is called my director sequence. Let me just show you what happens. When they fill out that form, the first thing that happens is this will automatically add a trigger that says director and automatically add a tag called active lead. So now when I pull up my contacts, I can see that this person is located as a director and an active lead. This then is a reminder that will send me a text message to remind me to take action on something. In 24 hours, this person then will be sent an email and a text message. Isn't that cool? This is automated 24 hours later, and so I've got this sequence of emails that's sending people. So if you signed up for a DigiPro, you may have a sequence of emails and videos going out like this one I'm teaching right now that will automatically go to you to help you understand how to use DigiPro better. That is how automations work. You can have automations set up so when someone schedules with you, it will automatically send them a reminder 24 hours ahead of time and 1 hour ahead of time, all those kind of things. And the really cool thing about this is a lot of it's automated. If I click create workflow, look here. There's an appointment booking one. There's an appointment booking with a confirmation and a survey and a review request. Auto miss callback. So if somebody calls you and you weren't able to answer the phone, it'll automatically text them, hey, sorry I was available. I'd love to schedule some time with you. Here's a link to my calendar. How cool is that? You don't have to worry about missing phone calls ever again. And of course, these other ones set in. There's a bunch more in here. Here's a birthday one. So you can automatically send a happy birthday to everyone that you have their birthday in the system. These are automated for you. There's a bunch here. I'm not going to go through all of them, but I just want to show you. You can do a lot with automation. Long story short, you can automate parts of your business that you don't have to do on a regular basis. I've got one of my clients, she's a lawyer. She was able to avoid hiring 2 additional people because we were able to set up some automations that helped make that easier for her. All right, that's automation. You see, we're getting fancy down here, aren't we? All right, don't get overwhelmed. Just take us a step at a time. Let's go to sites, and we're not going to go through this too much because we'll have a specific training on all the different things. But whenever you hear the word sites, just know that's where your funnels, your websites, that's where your forms and your surveys and your chat widget is. Okay, so if I go here, this is a funnel. A funnel is just a sequence of websites or sequence on a website, and then websites are specific ones, and we can see there's lots of different options. This is a link tree one. This is a landing page one. So you can see if we click over here, let's just click on this one for the fun of it. These are where your websites live. And we can click here and open that in a new tab. It's popping up, it's populating. Give it a moment to populate, because we're loading and feeding all at once while I'm recording this, which makes it harder. And so you see, here's what that page looks like. It's kind of cool, huh? Now it's kind of squeezed in because I've got this open. Close this down. You see there, it's got a lot more fun. It's kind of neat, isn't it? So that's one of the designs that we can give you as part of our process of setting up websites. And then we have forms, and surveys work slightly differently. Forms, it's all on one page. You hit submit, it goes somewhere. Surveys, they answer 2 or 3 questions, and it takes them to another page where they answer 2 or 3 questions. It takes them to another page, 2 or 3 questions, whatever that is. That's how surveys and forms are different. But again, everything's easy to go. And we're going to have training on that, or you can always click down here, and it'll tell you, it'll give you some help in here. Just type in there forms and go through the training. Okay, we'll close that back down. Memberships, unless you're buying the advanced course, we're not doing memberships on most of our pages. Reputation, this one's powerful. If you have a bunch of customers, you can send a review request to that customer, clicking here and then pulling that person's information, and it'll automatically send this review request. And you can also set up the automation to where when somebody says something, it'll automate it as well. So you're going to connect directly to your Google My Business, and this will ask them for reviews. It'll send them a fancy email. You can customize all those to your purposes. Reporting, we're not going to go through this too much, but you can see if you were running Google Ads and you had it set up, you can actually track your Google Ads in here as well. Don't worry about the app marketplace, the mobile app. You'll see what that is later. All right, so now we're in settings. Setting is where you connect everything together. So you want to set up your business profile. Make sure this is set up as well as you can. Fill out everything here, because the better this is filled out, the more likely it is to be approved. And we'll talk about a little approval in a minute. Company billing, you can add your billing methods here. Here's where you add your staff. So you can add the staff in here. Just click Add Employees. Now, contacts and employees have to be separate. They're not in the same place. They're in total different sections, so make sure you understand that. And when you set up someone, you can see that you can add all kinds of what they can and can't do. You may want someone to use your calendar but not use your voicemail, or vice versa. You may want to use them. See here, we got the different roles, admins or users. You got user permission. Look at that. You can turn them off so they can't do appointments or can do appointments. They can do automations or not do automations. They can do reviews or not do reviews. They can only do stuff that's assigned to them. They can only do marketing. They can't add tags. So there's all this different stuff you can add in there for each individual person. So that's the benefit of this. You can turn off or turn on. So let's say you add somebody and they only do social media. Well, then you go in here, you turn all this stuff off except for the part that says social media. So you might add marketing and you might add the social planner. And so each person can be customized specifically for what they can and can't do. This is your pipelines. Again, this is where you create your additional pipelines if you want to add some of those. Here's your calendars. Again, You can have as many calendars as you need. This is a follow-up strategy session, a booking request. This is the one-step epic. And so you can have multiple calendars for multiple purposes. Let's say you have one calendar that's set up for new incoming customers. Maybe you have another calendar set up for customers that are already existing. Maybe you have another calendar set up for your staff members so they can schedule with you during specific times, and you can designate each of those times. Again, you want to connect those to your different services. I suggest connecting these to your Gmail accounts. We'll talk about that later. Conversation AI. We aren't going to get into that really big here, but I will just tell you right now, you can actually train a robot to answer your basic frequently asked questions and connect this directly on your website. How powerful is this? All those questions people ask you all the time, if you have a solid website set up, you can train this to do all those things for you. So you can actually have them schedule meetings for you directly from your website, have all that done through AI. Again, use this tool to learn more about that. Email services, this is where you're going to connect your email service, and we're going to worry about that later. This is where you connect your email. If you have a designated email service, it may be called SMTP, there we go, that's the words. You'll add your service. This is where you connect your specific domain name email account. If you don't have an email account, you can add additional emails. Once you've added your domain, you can actually add dedicated domain email addresses. Phone numbers. You will get a phone number assigned to you. We've not assigned one to this account yet, but there is some caveats here, okay? When you add a phone number, you have to go through a A2P process or a 10DLL. Those are the same things, but basically that means the government needs to understand how you're using your SMS messages. So they want to verify that you actually know these people, that you're not spamming people. And then once that's verified, then your number can be verified. Now, if you need to be verified quicker, you can verify by adding a 1-800 number. It may be a few dollars extra per month, but that can, because it's a 1-800 number, they approve those quicker. Or you can add the regular number that could be location specific, and that will take a little bit longer. It could take 2 to 4 weeks, honestly, because you're dealing with the government and you've got a lot of questions. Again, we've got a team here to help you with that process. But what this does, this sets up a number outside of your business specifically for your communication inside your customer relationship management. So all your text messages, all your phone calls can go into one system, and you can send and receive messages from that system. And again, you do have where you can work on your phone. WhatsApp's in beta. We're not going to talk about that right now. Reputation management, we touched on that a little bit. This is where you get your reviews on Google My Business, and you can also ask for reviews on Facebook. I will tell you from a business standpoint, as a business coach, unless your business is running on Facebook and you don't have a website, then you need to do everything on Google My Business, because if your Facebook account's ever shut down, it's wiped out. You lose all that information. If it's on Google My Business, it's searchable, so people in your local area can do that. Okay, and this is where you can set up a custom link. You'll have to connect all these pieces. This is a new account. We haven't done that. Custom fields. When you're adding your forms, you're going to add additional forms information. So this has city, contact, postal note, but also, do you need a logo? Maybe that's one of your questions. You can add additional questions in your custom fields. These are for your forms. Same thing with custom values. Custom fields and custom values will also, some of these will end up in your customer contact database. So let's say the word birthday needs to be added in here so everyone so the birthday can be found under their categories. Or maybe there's specific things you need to know about the customer, and you have those specific custom fields that you're adding to all of your customer database. This is where you add those. If you're going to upload a bunch of customers at once, let's say you're going to upload 20 or 30 customers at one time through a CSV file, you're going to make sure to preset those custom fields so that you can align those columns with those fields and it'll be added automatically for you. We're not going to talk about the managed scoring today. This is just adding points if you want to qualify people. If they've answered 3 surveys, then you know they're really qualified, and this just adds points based on that. Domains, here's where you add your domain. There's a certain way to do that. It's not complicated. It's not very technical. You do have to access your what's called your DNS, which is where your domain is hosted, you need to tell it a specific place to go. That will add it directly into the system so you can manage your website inside the account. Media is where you upload things. You can upload videos, images, PDFs, whatever you need. URL redirects. So if you have a page that you want to go somewhere else, let's say it's domain.com and you want your domain.com to go to a calendar, but you don't have a calendar on this page, you can point that to a calendar somewhere off this page. Here's your integrations. This is probably the first thing you want to do is go in here and connect your Google business profile, your Google account, and connect all your different things that you need to connect. This is where you'll go to add those things. You'd even connect your Slack channel if you want to do that. You can start doing those. Conversation providers, we won't touch base on that. Tags. This is a very powerful tool. You add tags and you can associate these tags with specific actions. This can be based on your automation or your customers. So let's say you have a customer come in and that customer likes blue trucks. Well, you can dictate their tag as trucks and the color blue. And let's say that you didn't have one on your lot and you're a car salesperson. Well, next time my blue truck comes on the lot, you can pull up your tags that say blue and trucks, and you can find those customers that are related to that product. You can also put them into specific sections. So this says active lead, which means they're not a lead opportunity. This person has taken action to interact with my business, but they're not quite yet a customer. So different tags will help you designate which part of the pipeline that they're in. That just helps you quantify where they belong. Let's say that you have 2 or 3 locations. You could designate those locations. Again, these tags are how you keep track of your customers. There are so many things you can do with this. And I'm telling you, once you understand how powerful this tool is, you're going to see how you can keep up with the customers, how you can connect with customers, and how you can engage customers on a deeper level than ever before. We're not going to talk about labs or audit logs. Those aren't necessary. And then here's companies. Pretty much you're going to be using one company. You don't want to have more than one company because it gets really confusing really quickly. But this right here, if I click this, then everybody's put in based on their company or their business name. So instead of it being searchable by John Doe, it's searchable by johndoewidgets.com or John Doe Widgets LLC or whatever the business name is. And so if you want this company section clicked, that means you're going to be based on the company names, not the person's names. That's how your contact database will be set up. Okay, I know I've gone through a lot of stuff. We've got training on all these pieces. I just wanted you to see how powerful these tools can be. Keep in mind there's always a button down here to help you out on every page. Up here at the top, here's where you manage your basic stuff. You also have a help button up here. Here's any notifications up here, your change log, and then once you get your phone number connected, this is where you can actually call directly inside your browser. So hopefully that helps you get a good overview of DigiProCRM. Now this has been your walkthrough. Go out and play with it. Have fun with it. Set it up. If you need help, reach out to us and we'll see if we can help you any step of the way or visit our videos. You can go to YouTube and search DigiProCRM. Show you what that looks like. Oh, quit doing that. It's trying to log me in something. I don't want to log in something. Oh my gosh. Sorry about that. All right, let's try this again. If you click DigiProCRM, you're going to look for this logo here. And as you can see, how to add a new user is on this. So let's click on here and show you some additional videos. And I personally think we've got most of the videos in here, how to navigate your dashboard, how to update your contact, how to upload contacts, adding new users, phone numbers, logos. Shows you how to put your logo in there. Use images. This is all this section. Shows you how to set up your websites and how to edit them and add links and make them fancy. This is all your forms, how you do forms. This is how you add your funnels pages, your funnel flows, your automations, how to add an email sequence, text reminders, calendar reminders, triggers, tags. So you see in this, we have quite a bit of videos that'll help you take the next step in getting it. Make sure you subscribe to this channel, keep up as we add updates to this page, and that should help you get on the next step. I hope you all success. Reach out if you have any questions. Otherwise, get out there and make your business grow using DigiProCRM. Talk to you later.